Hey, welcome. So think about it. We spend our entire day tapping, swiping, and clicking our way through a maze of apps. But what if there was a better way? What if our apps could just understand us? We're going to dive into this because the way we use our devices is right on the edge of a massive, massive change. Our apps are about to start listening.
You've totally been here, right? You have this perfectly clear, simple request in your head. You try to tell your app, but it just hits a wall. A simple command, like sending the same amount of money to two people at once, makes most banking apps force you to do the whole thing twice. And this isn't some random bug. It's actually a fundamental limitation baked into how pretty much all our apps are built today. And this really gets to the heart of the trade-off. Look, graphical user interfaces, or GUIs, are amazing at what they do. They let us see our options, give us that feeling of direct control, and we get instant visual feedback. But here's the thing. They think in clicks and taps, not in conversation. They just fall apart when you give them an abstract request or try to chain tasks together because they're built to be rigid. And that's the total opposite of how we naturally talk.
So how do we fix this? How do we move beyond just, slapping a little chatbot on the side of our app and calling it a day? The real answer lies in a much, much deeper integration of voice. And it turns out there are about 4 potential futures for how this could all play out.
Okay, let's just quickly walk through these. Type 1 is that classic chatbot on the side that we all kind of know. But the real game changer starts with Type 2. This is where the visual interface and your voice are in perfect sync. Getting this right is absolutely crucial because it's the key that unlocks Type 3, the super assistant that can see and interact with any app on your screen. And Type 4, where the AI just creates the interface from scratch, well, that's a little further down the road.
All right, so to make that seamless Type 2 and Type 3 future a reality, we need a whole new blueprint. We basically need a way to give our apps a universal translator so they can finally, truly understand what we're trying to tell them.
The first piece of this puzzle is something called the view model. The easiest way to think about it is as the app's brain. It knows absolutely everything the app can do on any given screen. So its job is to package up all of those capabilities, every button, every slider, every option, into a neat little format that an AI can actually understand.
But wait, how does that app's brain talk to an outside assistant, like Siri or Google Assistant? Well, they need to speak the same language. That is where the Model Context Protocol, or MCP, comes in. This thing acts like a universal language, a standard that lets any app speak its functions perfectly to any assistant that's listening.
So this all comes together in this really smooth 4-step dance. First, you speak a command. Instantly, the view model, the app's brain, tells the assistant all the tools it has on the current screen. The large language model then figures out the right action, and finally, the app responds perfectly, updating the screen and confirming what it did with voice. It's this beautiful, synchronized loop. Now this is where it gets really, really exciting. Once all our apps have this brain and they all speak this universal language, we enable the rise of something totally new, the super assistant. This is an AI that lives at the operating system level and can work across everything you do.
Now, this isn't going to happen overnight. We're going to have this period of what you could call hybrid assistance. New, modern apps will be built ready for this, communicating perfectly. But for all the older apps, well, the assistant will have a clever workaround. It will literally look at the screen, just like we do, and try to figure out what to click. It's not as reliable for sure, but it means no app gets left behind.
So what could a super assistant actually do for you? Imagine just saying, "Pay my recent invoices." The assistant would jump into your email, find the invoices, pop open your banking app, start the payment for each one, and then circle back and tell you when it's all done. It's chaining together all these complex actions across different apps from just one simple command. Incredible, right?
Okay, this all sounds amazing, but let's get a little bit of a reality check here. There are some pretty big hurdles we have to clear before this is our day-to-day life, and it really all comes down to the AI models themselves.
And here is the big trade-off that every single developer and honestly every user is going to have to face. Do you go with a super powerful cloud-based AI from a huge company? It'll probably give you the best performance, but it means you're sending your data to their servers. Or do you use a local, open-weight model that runs right on your device? That gives you total privacy, but the performance might not be as good.
And this chart really lays out that performance gap. The best proprietary models, they're just incredibly accurate, getting it right about 97% of the time. The top open-weight models are catching up fast, hitting around 94%, but, and this is a big but, they often need some serious enterprise-level hardware to run well.
The faster models that could actually run on your phone, well, their accuracy dips below 90%, and that can lead to some really frustrating mistakes.
And beyond just accuracy, speed is everything. For a voice interaction to feel natural and not clunky, that whole process, from you speaking to the app responding, it has to happen in under 3 seconds. That's a ridiculously high bar for a lot of today's most powerful AI models, especially if they're trying to run locally on your device.
So what's the big takeaway here? A really fundamental shift is underway. The future of building apps isn't just about crafting a pretty interface anymore. It's about designing an app that can intelligently explain what it does to a powerful OS-wide AI assistant.
This new architecture is really laying the foundation for a world where our tech finally speaks our language. Our devices are learning to listen in this profoundly new way. So the real question is, are we ready to change how we talk to them? Thanks for joining me.